what is one thing that Sony could end up with that would absolutely make Xbox fans livid, turn everybody against Xbox, and really make Xbox incredibly pointless? Now, I'm saying take this with a grain of salt. Obviously, these are things that we have a little while to wait and see kind of how things happen, how things kind of shake out, so to speak. But I have to admit, if this were to happen, I would 100% I would be done with Xbox, right? And I'm sure that a lot of people would also be done with Xbox. I'm just going to be honest. This would be probably the end-all, be-all situation that I think would kill the brand finally outright. If Microsoft were looking for an out, this would probably be the way out. And so, again, these types of videos, obviously, I'm not trying to fanboy or anything like that. I'm just trying to be as honest as I possibly can be when it comes to these announcements and things. So I'm going to get into it. I'm curious to hear what everybody else thinks as well. What's up, everybody? Crap Gamer here with Crap Gamer Reviews, back with yet another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel tremendously. Would mean a lot to me personally as well. So if you guys could do that, fantastic. Now, listen, this was very honest when I say this. According to this, I mean, there's leaks, there's rumors that, and a lot of fans believe that Halo is going to make its PlayStation debut in relatively short manner. So a contingent of PlayStation fans believe that the Xbox Series Halo could make its PS5 debut in the future. As part of the Halo World Championships, Microsoft made some surprise announcements, and I already covered this in an Xbox video the other day. Developer 343 Industries has been renamed Halo Studios, and all future franchise entries will be created using Unreal Engine 5. It also showed a render of Master Chief in his Halo Combat Evolved armor. While far from confirmation of anything, it's worth noting that the transition to Unreal Engine 5 was rumored earlier in this year, and it was claimed by The Verge's Tom Warren that the company was quote-unquote considering a remake of Halo Combat Evolved for rival consoles, including the PlayStation 5. So, yeah, if you guys kind of wanted to know what's up with that, that's exactly kind of what was being said and sort of what was being covered by The Verge. Now, what was very interesting about that particular point, the original Halo Combat Evolved has already been remastered once before for the 360, but according to The Verge, Microsoft is giving the classic first-person shooter another facelift and is considering putting it on PlayStation 5. The project is said to be in early stages of development, and Xbox Series X and S maker is contemplating whether to include it in the firm's Project Latitude, the internal name for Microsoft's multi-platform efforts. Tom Warren then goes on to claim that Hellblade 2, Starfield, Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, Age of Mythology, and heavily rumored, this was back when this was just a rumor, but Doom Dark Ages projects are all in contention for PS5 versions in the future. Microsoft is also is showing some restraint, though, as Warren says that Fable, South of Midnight, and the rumored Gears 6 aren't being lined up for PS5, at least not yet. Microsoft has already brought over Pentiment, Grounded, Hi-Fi Rush, and Sea of Thieves, with the latter being used as a key test to gauge whether further Xbox ports will arrive. The seafaring adventure from Rare, the developer's first ever release on PlayStation, has apparently sold decently well, with over 1 million copies sold. It really feels like the first 4 ports were just the start. As for the flagship port of the new report, Halo Combat Evolved Remastered, it helped sell the original Xbox at launch and was later remastered in an anniversary edition for the Xbox 360. This version was then bundled into the Halo Master Chief Collection on Xbox One, which remains playable to this day via backwards compatibility. Porting the game over to PlayStation would probably... Well, it says it introduced it to a new audience, but really, would it? I mean, let's just be real here. A lot of people that were playing on the 360 and played Halo and loved Halo are probably playing, PlayStation now because of the mess-ups of the Xbox One. So, I honestly feel like this is one of the things that sort of happens just for the hell of it or whatever. We'll see if this happens in the end, but if you're one of those things, one of those people that kind of thinks that Microsoft would actually do that, then it would definitely be a sort of a bad thing to kind of see. I would love to see how Microsoft realistically plans to do anything, in the future if they don't have Halo. Like Halo is Xbox. To me, anyway, people go, well, you could play Halo on a PC or whatever. That's strictly different than playing it on another competing console, in my opinion, though. You know what I mean? I think that, honestly, we really need to see how Xbox handles this. I think transparency is probably the best way for them, but I'm not sure that they honestly plan to do anything that is pro Xbox console ever again. And that's really an unfortunate situation because I feel like Microsoft really could have done so many great things, and right now in particular, if Xbox had done anything worthwhile, I feel like they would be in a much better spot right now, because Sony has absolutely shit the bed time and time again, where a lot of this stuff is concerned. And I'm just being honest about it. We continually see Sony struggle right now, and they are. Don't let them fool you. Sony is struggling, but this is one of those things where us as fans have to kind of speak up and say, hey, don't do this. Don't put these games on. Don't put these games on a competing platform that's literally trying to run you out of business. I mean, here we are. If you're an Xbox fan, right? Sony is actively buying games to keep off their platform. Final Fantasy games, Silent Hill 2, so many other games, Stellar Blade. They literally are buying games to keep off of Xbox, and yet Xbox would put the game that Xbox is known most for on that platform, right? Like, Sony's literally trying to run them out of business, and Microsoft's like, hey, let us help you. So yeah, I definitely feel like it's a huge mistake on Microsoft's part to do that, and I also feel like it would not serve any kind of good, because as much as I like Xbox, I feel like that's the easy way to kill your Xbox, right? That would just be the best way to absolutely kill Xbox, is to put Halo on there, because what would be next? I mean, people were like, oh, okay, well, I mean, and people kind of just bent and go with the flow. Well, as long as it's not this or this or this, I mean, if they were to put Halo, Forza, Gears on Xbox, from Xbox on the PlayStation, I think a lot of people would leave. But also part of the problem is the reason why everybody wanted Microsoft to get more studios and more exclusives was because all they had was Forza, Gears, and Halo. So, again, this is like stuff that I can see why it angers people. We'll have to see if this is actually legitimate. I mean, we're probably years away from any kind of concrete evidence that this stuff would be anywhere anyway. I just don't see why it would make sense to put your mascot on the competing platform. I mean, that would be, to me, that's the same thing as when Sega put, Sonic on Nintendo. That's the end. So, it's crazy to me to think that, this is the stuff that happens when this kind of stuff happens. Anyway, it's just crazy to me that this is even rumored. Like, how could Microsoft think that this would be a smart move? I don't know. That's the worst part, I think, of this whole thing. Like, we hear about all the rumors, and I believe that Project Latitude's a real thing, but it's like, you hear about all these different things, and then us as fans, we're sitting here going, what can we do? There's not really anything we can do. We're kind of screwed, because gamers are fickle beasts. We are. We're fickle, and I can see people leaving, the platform, and we don't need that. We need the competition to stick around. So I'm sure some of you at least will agree with me. If not, whatever, let me know down below. How do you feel about this stuff? Would you want Halo on PlayStation? Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. We'll catch you next time. Crap Gamer, out.